Well, today we have finished up the rails. It came out looking pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with the long oval shapes that I was trying to achieve. Maybe could have always been better, of course. I did. You know, sometimes I watch videos and the guys never mess up, right? Well, it's not the kind of video I make. When I started routing, I guess I didn't have the router bit tight enough in the collet, and it kind of got a little deep in here. Now, it looks a lot worse than it is. It's probably only a 1/16 of an inch or 32nd of an inch deep, and I really like this look a lot better. So I'm probably just gonna, next time I got some fairing compound, I'll just fill that in and sand it smooth, and I think it'll be fine. And let's see, so the boat's looking pretty good, actually. Kind of pleased with it. The rails are done, looking pretty nice. And I'll show you another mess up. Not sure how to fix this one. Obviously one of my molds was out of place because when we were done planking, this plank had a pronounced kind of a bulge or whatever in this place. So before I glued all the blocks or anything in, I kind of clamped a batten up there for, half hour, 45 minutes, kept moving and moving and moving. I thought I had a nice fair curve, so I drew the line. I done it on both sides. I sawed it off. It looked good, but as I now look at the rail, I can see it's a nice fair curve everywhere, except as you get right in this area, you can kind of still see a little remnant of that hump that I talked about. And, it's not real pronounced, but of course, me looking at it, that's what I look at the very first time I look at the boat. And I imagine once I get all the furniture in and the dagger box and the seats and whatnot, you probably won't notice it, but I certainly notice it. Anyway, today I'm working on breast hooks. Breast hooks are the pieces that go and they tie these rails together with the stem. It's a triangular shaped piece, kind of sculpted. The top, the breast hook ends up being about 5/8 of an inch higher than the top of the rails. So this angle on the rails is continued up over the breast hook. And the plans say it wants to be 10 inches and that the center of the curve is 4 inches down. So I'm kind of laying that out. I took this piece of pattern stock, 1/4 inch Luan, and so I took a piece of pattern stock and I laid it down on top of the rails, and I reached underneath and I drew these two lines that represent the rails, so I know exactly the shape I'm looking at. Then 10 inches down is how long the sides are going to be. And so now I took a broken bandsaw blade here, and I'm just trying to lay out what looks like a fair curve. This is that 4-inch dimension that I mentioned earlier for this breast hook. So just kind of got some nails, and you can see several holes. It was kind of a trial and error. I'm just trying to get what looks like kind of a fair curve, something that looks, just trying to get a fair curve, something that looks nice and stays with all my dimensions. But anyway, that's what I'm working on today. The breast hook, since it's going to be sticking up 5/8 of an inch higher than my rails, which are 1 1/4 inches, you add that, so my breast hook is going to be 1 7/8 inches thick, and then it's going to get nicely sculpted and rounded. It should set right down inside the rails, and the top of it have a nice crown, and then actually the bottom side is sculpted out to mimic this crown on top. So anyway, as that goes, I'll record a couple more videos of maybe as I'm making this piece and trying to get it put together.